Welcome, Hive Dwellers. So today I am talking about 5, that's right, this many I can count, YouTube and Instagram channels, influencers, people that you really need to follow. So if you're new into Necromunda, old into Necromunda, never heard of these guys, you really should check them out. They're fantastic. Obviously I've only been to Necromunda about 6 months or so now, but this is my personal opinion on who you should be checking out. They've really influenced me. Inspired me is a better word. They haven't influenced me, they haven't made me put a gun against my head and made me do things. They've inspired me. They probably don't know me from Adam, but I think they're funny. I think they're very clever, and they're just generally nice people all round. I really like Necromunda as a community, and everyone always mentions Necromunda as a community. But these people I have messaged, just commenting on some of their YouTube videos or posts on Instagram, and they've messaged me back. They sound like lovely people. I've heard them on a podcast or something, and they just sound like nice guys and cracking work. Really, really brilliant work. So without further ado, let's get into it. So number 1. So number 1, not in any particular order, but I love this guy, Wellywood Wargaming. Easy for me to say, right? So he has several different playlists. One of his main playlists that I like is the Sump banter. It covers fantastic videos on like guides to the black market, psychic powers. What books do you really need? Because there's so many books for Necromunda, which is great. You don't need them all, but it just makes it so rich in the fluff. And of course covers the basics like tactics cards and things like that. Very, very clear, very precise, brilliant voice. Totally should be making audio CDs. So real nice guy. Also his gang guides playlist, super clear and very, very helpful, in depth. And recently I've watched a video on all of his painted gangs. Simply beautiful, and what wonderful conversions. Obviously he's spent a lot of time, has been deep into Necromunda for a very long time, knows his stuff, that's for sure. So Wellywood Wargaming is a fantastic YouTube video. Of course I will put up all the links in the description below this video, so hopefully you guys can find these lovely channels and help support them. Please leave a message on some of the videos and just say, look, really appreciate all the work you've done. I'm sure that'll go a long way. Next we have Rapid Tabletop Gaming. So Leo, what a great sense of humour. His terrain guides are mind-blowing, and what a fantastic level of detail. He really gets into it straight off the bat. He makes you feel like a friend. You can call me Leo. You know, really looking at the camera, eye contact. Yeah. Brilliant. I can't knock it at all. Fantastic painting techniques. He's also copied the N17, so the newer Necromunda original box. The card tiles, he's copied them into 3D terrain with the Zone Mortalix plastic kits, etc. So he's used the basic shadow, the layout of the tiles from the N17 box, and he has turned them into his own 3D static tiles. So the foot by foot tile, he's turned them, represented his version of the N17 boards. So it's semi-modular, as in you can turn them 90 degrees so they can all line up. That's not what I'm aiming for, but it's still great videos even though I am tempted to do that, purely because it just takes so much time setting up a table, especially if you're like playing at local campaign or something. It takes you an hour to set it all up, especially when you're gassing. But yeah, his videos are superb. That's on YouTube. I've even enjoyed listening to him on the Sump City Radio podcast, which brings me nicely to the Sump City Radio podcast. So I listen to these guys on Podbean, but I'm sure there's many other ways to find them. And what a podcast. What a podcast. They bring so much life to Necromunda. The narrative is unbelievably rich. On episode 14 at the moment, but it's really impressive how many different characters Chris, Steve and Del play. It's really big belly laughs for me. It's definitely my sense of humour. Slightly smutty in places, which I love, especially Klaus. If you visit their Instagram account, you will also find the links for their own personal accounts. But they have great conversions, fantastic ideas, like the scrunts, which I think are just cool. It's basically Jawas of Necromunda. So unbelievable guests, ideas and tactics via the War Room. So one of the top guests on there has to be Carl Johnson. So brings me nicely to, it's almost like I've thought about doing this, isn't it? Carl Johnson, his grimdark art is very reminiscent of the 1990s. Necromunda art by John Blanche. It's pretty uncanny, really. It's almost like he is the love child of John Blanche. Maybe some kind of clone in some of the grimdark vats. Possibly. Not going to go there. But his ideas really bring a new dimension to Necromunda. He's even created a fauna and flora guide to Necromunda. Very, very rich. But I think hands down the most impressive thing in his that he's done is his collection of posters and banners, etc., which are actually free to download and print off for your own. I am definitely using them at the moment on my terrain. I've really got to start weathering my terrain up more to make it more like a city, not just rust, but keep whacking posters everywhere on top of each other, more graffiti. But yeah, he's got some fantastic posters. I like his little ditty signs as well, really adds a lot. So just put a bit of PVA glue or something on, stick them on your terrain, on your bases, anything. And finally, a new find for me personally. Well, I'm pretty mad on Necromunda terrain, and this guy has done some lovely Necromunda terrain. It's the State of Play. Such a clean and well edited YouTube channel. Not purely solely Necromunda videos, but there are some great hobby tips on there as well. So from scratch built a Necromunda terrain on how to get the best results to keeping your terrain modular as well. So I have messaged him before and said thank you very much for showing me how to do the stairs, because it's the only niggly thing I find with the Zone Mortalis. The stairs don't quite fit, kind of. You do a little bit of modification. But yeah, there's been a bit of back and forth. It's simply just a nice guy. It's just such a smooth channel. It's visually beautiful. I'm not just talking about like the paint racks and everything in his man room. But no, he's really thought about it. And even though he's only been on the scene for a short period of time, I really am looking forward to seeing his channel go from strength to strength. Those subscribers really are flooding in there, which brings me to, none of these channels need me to funnel subscribers towards them. They've got thousands, but I just want to show my appreciation to all those guys. They're fantastic, really appreciate everything they've done. That being said, please subscribe to their channels. I'm sure they would appreciate it. I'm not doing this to fish for them. I'm probably not going to get nearly as many views as them. That's fine. I'm basically doing a Wayne's World right now. We're not worthy.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy!
Basically, even if you don't watch this, this is a thank you to you guys. Really do appreciate everything you've done. Long may it last. love the lore and the tactics for Wellywood. The Sump City Radio guys, you keep me sane on my drive to work. Thank you very much. Carl Johnson, I will be using your posters pretty much everywhere, maybe even in my own home. Maybe I should get a canvas and put it up. Rapid Fire Tabletop, I will watch your videos on repeat until the day I die. They're just amazing. And State of Play. I said 5 videos, but I cannot leave out Tabletop War James. That guy is an absolute legend. So most of his terrain pieces are foot by foot tiles built up. So they're semi-modular, so you can turn them 90 degrees and turn them 90 degrees again. And they look wonderful. But they're all scratch built from his weird and wonderful, crazy ideas. I do like his Sump barge. I love his train line. In his videos, where his cat keeps coming in. Brilliant. He's such a nice guy in the community. I think his terrain is very appealing to the eye because it's lovely colours, very eye-catching, yet still rusted at the same time. And the guy's insane. Have you seen how many tiles he's done? Insane in a good way. Yeah, you could live in that hive. That's nearly the size of a house. It's unbelievable. I would love to play on that board. So I said 5. There's a bonus. There's 6. I can't count, so when I held my hand up, no, that should be a Sump City 5. I've got an extra thumb. Yeah, an extra thumb and a hunch. And webbed toes. It's okay, because I've only got 2 fingers on the other hand. So, yeah. Everybody is just an absolute legend. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you very much. And I will continue to watching your YouTube videos and listen to your podcasts time and time again. From me and everyone else in the community, thank you so much, guys.